is up? What is up? Hope you are doing well. It is a beautiful Sunday here in North Carolina, 86 degrees. Hopefully my mic is working better this time. I had the settings all fucked up. Stuck behind a car. That's unfortunate. Everything's happened for a reason, though, that's for sure. The other day, me and my buddy were ripping, and we saw a cop come turn the corner, so we slowed way the hell down, just in time for us to go around a big-ass pothole that would have fucked us up. So everything happens for a reason, that is for sure. Tire just comes right off the ground. Alright, Bonnie, slow the fuck down before you get us arrested. Oh. You guys know who Village Customs is. They mix rat rods. He is right there. He's very popular on social media. I didn't know he was 10 minutes from my house. Good. Alright, look at this place. Woo, alright, that's enough. The mic is working this time. She sounds good. All right. It is 85 degrees out. I will take it. I am over this fucking heat. If you didn't know already. Ready to watch football with the windows open. I'm ready to put on my winter vest. I don't even give a shit about my chaps. Let's turn around and do that one more time. I am blessed to have this road 10 minutes from my house. Watch how the front tire just comes off the ground. Ready? Oh. Alright, calm down, shit! So every time I say that, I don't chill. Alright, I was starting this video today wanting to start a new series called Story Time with Moto Grunt. 2 T's. Wanted to talk about, or I wanted to use this series as a way to tell you guys just some experiences I've had that I hadn't been able to record. A lot of the scarier ones are obviously when I first started riding. I wasn't really recording back then. But I wanted to tell you about my scariest trip ever, and that was on my Indian Challenger. Her name was Nandini, if you remember her. Great Challenger that was very fast. And the best trip I ever went on was probably the back of the Dragon with my buddy Brent and Popeye. Hello, sir. But yeah, the scariest trip I ever did was I was on my Indian Challenger. It was one of my first big trips. Didn't have a lot of experience yet. And I didn't check the weather. So you can probably tell where this story's going. But I was heading down to Panama City Beach, Florida for Thunder Beach Bike Week. And I usually don't do full day trips if it's like more than 10. There's no reason to. I got nothing to prove. If you didn't know, I got some health issues. My neck and back are always fucked up. Right now I got a neck that's got a pinched nerve. But we're gonna make it. But yeah, I was wearing a half helmet, no rain gear, fucking Vans like this. And I traveling from North Carolina to, I was gonna stop in Jacksonville, which is about halfway from me to my dad's house. My dad lives 40 minutes from Panama City Beach, where Thunder Beach Bike Week is. So I kind of grew up since I was 15 going to bike weeks and always wanting the motorcycle, but I joined the military, and as soon as I got out of the military, I bought a motorcycle. As you do. But yeah, as soon as I got on the highway for that trip, I doing about 90 and 95, and a lug nut from a car fell off the car in front of me, and it hit me right above my right eye, right at my eyebrow. So that fucking hurt. It felt like I got hit with a baseball bat. I couldn't see for about, I don't know, 3 seconds. I just kept cool and didn't make any changes. I just slowed down a little bit and kept going straight until I could see again. But that shit hurt. My eyes were watering. But anyways, an hour after that, I made the Buc-ee's and got a brisket sandwich, which made up for it. And then 5 more hours down the road, I stopped at Jacksonville Hotel at about 9 o'clock. Got checked in, called my dad just to let him know that I stopped for the night. And he said, "Did you realize there's a hurricane coming right for you?" I said, "Nope, I did not realize that because I'm an idiot, inexperienced rider." Let's go right. Or left. Let's go left. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. So I looked at the radar, downloaded the radar app, like I should have had before that trip, and realized it was the eye of the storm. It was a nasty storm. I think it was a category 4. Was going to be right over my hotel at 3 in the morning. So didn't really have a lot of money to be staying there for 2 days, and I really wanted to make it to Florida. So I was excited about Thunder Beach Bike Week on my new bike. So I left at 1:30 in the morning and was just catching the outer bands of the hurricane. So I was driving sideways, doing like 50 miles an hour on 95, just getting pushed. So I was going south and the wind was pushing me west. So I was just leaning into this fucking storm for a couple hours, getting ripped. And then I'd stop for gas and I'd look at my rearview mirror and I'd see that storm still coming. It was following me. I forget the name of it. If you remember it, it was that nasty one 5 years ago that hit Florida. You see the bars shake when the tire comes out the ground? But yeah, that storm was chasing me. I would stop for gas. So I stopped for gas twice in that 6-hour period. And it was just following me in the rearview mirror. I would stop, it would catch me. I'd slow down, it would catch me. I was still riding in the outer bands. So once I got to Gainesville, maybe, right over by University of Florida, right off 10, it was clear and it started to go north. So I realized I was in the clear. I stopped in at the Pilot gas station, paid $25 for a shower, and god damn, that was a good shower. My fingertips and my toes were frozen. I sat in that shower for like 30 minutes until they turned that shit off and said, you gotta get out of here. But yeah, that was a huge learning experience for me. And now when I ride, I always check the weather. Just because of hurricanes. I don't give a shit about snow. As you guys know, I rode in a snowstorm in January. I went down for Scully Fest with some of my CVMA buddies. That was 21 degrees of hell. Forgot my glove charger, so yeah, that was a rough one, but that was a learning experience again. I tend to not make the same mistakes twice. But yeah, that was a scary trip. My dad was so fucking scared. He kept calling me. I'm like, I'm in it. Let me get it. I didn't have a cardo or anything. I still don't have a cardo, but that was the last time I wore a half helmet. Got home, fucking had a black eye from that lug nut hit me in the face. My face was all burnt. I don't know if you know what it feels like to get hit with raindrops directly on your face during a hurricane, doing 50 miles an hour on the highway. That shit is like BBs. I was just, me and Nandini, my challenger, were close. I was patting her and I was like, we gonna make it through, baby, we gonna make it through. I was like, all right, 100 more miles and we'll stop. And then we stop and get gas, and I see that fucking hurricane coming again. I was like, all right, baby, 100 more miles, we gonna get there. Keep me safe. But as you know, I'm still here. Hi. I made it. I made to tell the story, and I don't think I've ever told anybody that story besides my dad. I'm sure my wife's not gonna like that story. Oh, little bikes are these? Ah, little 250s. But yeah, that was a good good experience to have, good learning experience. And then that bike week, me and my dad were cruising like 9 o'clock at night, heading to, I think the bar was called Suck Bang Blow in Panama City. And this couple in front of us with no helmets on, just ripping, not knowing the neighborhood like me and my dad do, because we grew up there kind of. My dad worked there at the Navy station. Didn't realize that they just built a new roundabout that wasn't there last year for bike week, and they hit that shit doing about 60 miles an hour and jumped the whole center median, or what do you call it, roundabout. Got really fucked up. I think the driver died, the wife lived, but she was really hurt, so the road was shut down. So that kind of put a little damper on my trip. I still don't wear a helmet at bike week. I just got to pay attention, and I usually don't ride too late. I don't drink. I'm almost 5 years sober. So bars really aren't my thing, but that's really all there is to do at bike week at 9:30 at night on a Saturday. I am looking forward to going there again this year. Hopefully get some of my buddies to go down with me, maybe rent a condo. Because the whole town really does support it. Unlike Myrtle Beach Bike Week, where they don't want any bikers there. They're over it. But yeah, that's my scariest trip so far that I haven't recorded. My favorite trip was a quick overnighter at the back of the Dragon. I don't know, 4 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. My buddy Brent and Popeye. It is about 6-hour trip from me, maybe 5 hours. The weather was nice. It wasn't too hot yet, and I didn't know what I was expecting. I had done the Tail of the Dragon, obviously. I think I've done the Tail of the Dragon 10 times, but never the back of the Dragon. So when we got to the middle of the back of the Dragon, and it opens up, it is like Afghanistan. If you've ever been to Afghanistan, you're in like the deep valley. Boy, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think there's a couple reels of that trip, but I really tried to enjoy it. That was a really fun trip. Just gorgeous. Next time I go, I want to bring a chair, my little camping chair that I'll keep in my saddlebag, and I'll just sit there on that mountain and enjoy it next time. Maybe slow down a little bit and really enjoy it, because that area was gorgeous. The roads are, back of the Dragon compared to the Tail of the Dragon it's not as fast and aggressive and technical, I guess, as the Tail of the Dragon. So it's faster, longer. They don't have really sharp turns, and the views are just gorgeous. There's no crazy drop-offs like Tail of the Dragon has. But it was just beautiful. We stopped at this gas station about halfway through in the middle of nowhere, and couldn't even tell if it was open, and we walked in and we could smell barbecue. We're like, oh hell yeah. And then there's these three sisters, probably in their 80s, that own this barbecue business gas station. They were so nice. They wanted to know what we were doing, where we were going, and thanks us for our service, obviously, because we get that all the time with combat vet patches on our back. And yeah, and from there it was 3 hours to the back of the Dragon. I think it was a Monday, so the back of the Dragon store wasn't open, which I didn't know. So next time we won't go on a Monday, because you should always get your stickers and shirts and shit and support them whenever you go. Whoa. Decisions. Where am I going now? Not the highway. I'll just go straight. So if you've had similar experiences, let me know down below. Just let me know where you went for your best and worst trips. You don't have to go long paragraphs. I'm just interested in where you guys have been. Oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying your summer more than I have. I'd rather ride in the freezing cold than the heat. I just got these new pants. They're like thin nylon, stretchy. Usually I wear jeans, but just trying whatever I can do for it to be a little more comfortable. But I'm liking them. They stretch, so my fat ass fits better in this big ass saddle. I don't wear underwear, so I gotta make sure my dick doesn't get wet and leave a big old dick imprint on that shit. I hate this intersection. 5 years ago I saw a Harley get T-boned and fucking... I was the first one on the scene. His hand was only connected by skin at the wrist. The guts coming out of his mouth. It was fucking nasty. It was the first time that I saw something like that since I was in the military, and I fucking freaked me out, man. I had a little panic attack. Couldn't breathe. My wife had to drive home. It fucking scared me. He had a half helmet on and his face was all fucked up. Another reason why I always wear a full face. It seems like every day I'm hearing about someone getting in an accident. Just every day. Especially in my CVMA chapter, there's a lot of us. And there's always someone going down, and you know how it goes. You go down, you break a leg or an arm or both. It was happening so much that I was thinking about selling my motorcycle and getting a truck. But I was really thinking about that. I took 2 weeks off of riding just to heal up my neck a little bit. And I was like, man, maybe I could live without a motorcycle. And then my first ride after 2 weeks off, I met up with some of my CVMA buddies, and you know how you do when you're riding with your buddies. You want to rip and see who's the fastest, and I'm glad I made a decision to keep it. I just maybe have to not push it as hard in the summertime. Right now I have 31,548 miles on Bonnie. I've had it for 2 years, I think. Yeah, 2 years, maybe a little over 2 years. January 1st, 2006, I had 19,000 miles on her. So that's what, 12,500 in 6 months? Or I guess 7 months now. We're in the middle of August. But I haven't really ridden a lot in August. So that was another reason I was burnt out. I don't know why I was pushing to rack up the miles. I got nothing to prove. If you guys follow Hog Slayer, he's doing a 10-day, over 10,000 mile trip for suicide awareness. If you don't follow Hog Slayer, definitely go follow him. He is on a mission. I think today maybe is his last day. He should be home today. He's out there ripping on his Harley, wearing his Marine uniform. I don't know what you call it in the Marines. In the Army we call them Class A's, the fancy uniform with your medals and shit. I'm not sure what the Marines call it. But he's been wearing that his whole trip. And he hasn't got a hotel. He's been sleeping under the stars, which is badass. Boy, you better stop beeping. You ain't beeping at me. ripping out here too much now. I'm not in the country anymore. Yeah. If you guys live within a couple hours of me here in, I live just south of Raleigh, North Carolina, let me know down below. My CVMA chapter has a big sanction event coming up September 12th, I think it is. It's going to be here locally. Should be a good time. We're raffling off 3 guns, or no, 2 guns and a bow. I think tickets are like $5 a piece for the raffle. It's definitely worth it. The guns are beautiful, and the ride is nice, especially in September. It's not crazy. I think that's about 3 weeks from now. That should be a good time. Oh, fuck. That's what happens when we ride too close to somebody. I didn't even see that ratchet strap. That would have sucked. But yeah, September 12th is our sanctioned event. It should be a good time. If you're in an area and you wanna go to it, let me know. I'll give you the instructions or directions or whatever the fuck. I have water dripping down my face. Water, I guess it's sweat. Hopefully it's not getting into the mic. You imagine getting electrocuted by a DJI mic because you're sweating in it? I'd be fucking pissed. I'd turn right around and go home. Fuck this shit. Here's Ken's corny maze. It's growing. Should be 7 foot tall by Halloween. When my wife was pregnant, we were waiting for her to go into labor, and my daughter didn't want to come. So we walked around that maze for a couple miles and got lost, and then she went into labor. We found a way out and got to the hotel. It's a funny story. Indian Creek. Be a good spot for a picture. Look at that view. Look at that view. I love living in North Carolina. I've lived all over the East Coast. Grew up in Detroit since I was 15, or till I was 15, then moved to Florida. Lived in Connecticut, lived in New York, Virginia, Missouri. I lived all over. And North Carolina is my favorite, by far. Especially the fall time when the leaves change. Man, you could open the windows and watch football. I'm excited for that. Really excited for that. But I guess you always say that. When you're tired of heat, you want the cold. When you're tired of cold, you want the heat. I guess that's why I'm glad there's seasons here in North Carolina. Like Michigan, it's fucking freezing for 8 months out of the year. Bonnie is not tuned yet still. So she pops some gargles, which I like. The other day, me and my buddy were leaving our chapter meeting. He's got the same bike as me, same upgrades, but his is tuned. Mine is not. But we were close till about 110, and my governor kicked in, and then I watched him go bye-bye. Which is shocking. You would think a tuned bike would be a little faster than a not tuned bike, but maybe this ECU is adjusting to the exhaust and the intake. I don't know. I haven't had any issues. Well, this morning I started the bike and it sounded like a gunshot. I thought I was hit. Oh, fuck. So I guess that's the only issue. Start up, it is a little rich. But so far, no issues with CO2 getting dirty. O2 sensors, I mean. Popo. Yeah. If you can hear my exhaust, it's the Tab Performance 2-in-1 and the 2 cat delete with the BAM 6 and zombie baffles. It is fucking loud, which I love, and I've had on all my Indians. But I think I'm ready for something different. I think I want like a 2-in-1 Sawicki or a Toach or something like that, S&S. Not for the sound, just to, I guess it is for the sound. I just want to hear something different. I guess I'm a little bored. I had this same setup on my Challenger. Same bars, same exhaust, everything. Beautiful out here. Alright, I've been chatting for 31 minutes now. I hope you guys aren't too bored. Hope you guys enjoyed my storytelling. If you think I should make episode 2 of my favorite and worst trip so far, let me know. I might do some video with my buddies, ask them what their best and worst trips have been. Maybe I'll do a little reel and I'll tag someone kind of to keep the story time going. Boat time. Beautiful bike. Where am I? Oh, I know where I am. Let's go right. Oh, there's that gurgle. Man, that front tire won't stay down. Maybe I need to tighten up my rear suspension. I'm not sure. Let me know. Let me know what helps with wheelies. I want to keep that thing down. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you do. Really appreciate it. I don't post too often on here. I don't post on YouTube to get monetized. It's a good way to express myself and communicate with the little community that I have. If you're a part of my community, I really appreciate it. But yeah, I think I'll make a little reel and make a short version of those 2 stories and maybe tag someone to keep the story time going. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying hydrated in this fucking heat. I'll stop complaining about this motherfucker first. Bonnie says, later. Catch you on the next one. Peace.